Welcome to Swipe, the GameSpot mobile showcase hosted by me, Greg Miller. Now, you may know me as the Game Awards 2015 Trending Gamer, co-founder of Kind of Funny, but most importantly, I'm a former IGN employee. That's right, everybody. I played the long game, I won, and now I'm hosting a GameSpot show. Me, right here. Now, you might be asking, Greg, what is Swipe and why should I care about it? Well, Swipe is another one of those video game showcases that we all love. But since Jeff Keighley has cornered the market on showcases that are stuffed full of big, beautiful video games, we decided to go the other way and show a little love to mobile games. After all, we're all playing them. These days, mobile games are as creative and lovingly crafted as the games we play on our consoles, PCs, and handhelds. There's a special kind of magic to them because I don't know about you, but to me, there's nothing quite like sneaking in some Puzzle Quest 3 or a couple of begrudging boards of Peggle Blast, because the original, more superior Peggle is no longer available. Get your act together, EA! Anyways, regardless of the title, mobile games meet you where you are and offer you a variety of engaging and satisfying gaming experiences. And that's pretty damn cool if you ask me. This is going to be a reminder of the unique joys that mobile games offer. We're also going to crown the greatest mobile game of all time during this show. For the last few weeks, you've been voting on what game you think should take the throne, and we'll unveil the winner soon. You're going to get a good look at what the future holds for the gaming platforms you keep in your pocket. Now, Kurt and Tamoor are supposed to be here helping me present, but I have no idea where they are. And I'm a busy man with a WWE show on Peacock. So I'm just going to kick this thing off with our first trailer.
I feel like we're supposed to be somewhere right now, but I cannot remember where.
Yeah, well, I know where I'm supposed to be, in Middle Earth, on every single screen available to me.
How are you watching Two Towers, watching the trailer for the game, listening to lo-fi Middle Earth beats at the same time?
Did you know that when Vigo kicked that helmet, he really broke his toe? The scream was real.
You're obsessed.
A new ring. How did it come to you? Why did it choose you?
Heroes of Middle-earth is the free-to-play, turn-based strategy RPG that brings together an endless assortment of classic characters from the Tolkien universe in a strategic, social, competitive mobile experience. The new ring, very interesting aspect of our game. What the ring does is it grants the player the ability to bring the best characters, the characters that he feels best suit that battle that's going to happen in that location, and somewhat, push the bounds of what is the narrative canon and allow for players to sort of experience things in a new and fresh way. But within the larger story that we're presenting and the larger sort of conceit within the game, it will make much more sense once players dive into it. This ring will of course, be a big part of that. There's such a depth of storytelling to use in such a way that combines both narrative and gameplay mechanics. So players are constantly challenged in new and surprising ways. That's a big part of why we chose to expand the narrative in our game, both to serve the familiar stories, but also intertwine them with gameplay design in a way that'll keep the game fun and imaginative over time. You've seen Frodo, you've seen Sam, you've seen Legolas. That's only a really small sampling of course, some of the most iconic characters. We have characters that range from, the entire timeline from all of those stories. And we've also expanded out races and factions within that. So players can really experience them in a way that they probably haven't to date. Our combat is turn-based strategy. Players can hone their skills across the game using the story mode and the PvP mode. They can design teams around unique combat skills and abilities to win battles. And they can also play to character relationships and personalities to unlock team-ups and synergy bonuses, reinforcing friendships, families, and rivalries. I would describe our art style as a form of stylized realism. But what that means for us is that we have characters and environments that are simplified. They're not caricatured. They're grounded, but they're quite fantastic. If you go back even further, our art style is actually quite close to the original IP. Tolkien's own original watercolor illustrations of Middle-earth are very bright. They're very colorful. They're heavily stylized. And we take that as a point of inspiration. It's interesting, developing the art style with some characters who have very little written about them. How does one do that? We take a race, we take a faction like Haradrim, who have some things written about them. You can come up with details, but how do we realize that into something that we feel is unique and appealing at the same time? We do that a lot by simply making sure that the style is something clear and legible. It's going to read really well on a mobile device. We are not ready quite yet to share our worldwide launch timeline just yet, but players should stay tuned as we continue our soft launch rollout in select countries around the world.
Our next batch of games includes one that comes from Nexon. It's a beautiful turn-based strategy game with RPG hooks that looks like it was made for consoles, but actually will be playable in the palm of your hand. It's got more than 300 playable and collectible characters, each with their own unique abilities, and there's a gorgeous 3D anime visual style. Nexon also has a kart racing game called Kart Rider Drift, which you can check out some fresh gameplay for, and if none of that tickles your fancy, how about new content for a cozy puzzle game about laying out train tracks for adorable dog people to drive and direct? Trust me, it looks great.
Very well, let us begin. Explain yourself.
So what shall we do with this one, sir?
Railbound is a comfy puzzle game about connecting trains on a journey around the world. Together with your canine companions, you'll pass through shortcuts, pick up cute passengers, and solve over 100 puzzles. Railbound has just launched on the App Store and Google Play, and we'd be thrilled if you gave it a try, especially since we'll keep expanding the game in 2022. Aside from fixes and accessibility updates, later this year you can expect new puzzles, new worlds, and a brand new mechanic, semaphores. Thanks to these placeable obstacles, you'll be able to delay carriages and solve even more twisted puzzles. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of the showcase.
What are you doing there?
Playing Streets of Rage 4, developed and published by .emu, Lizard Cube, and God Crush Games.
Okay, that was weirdly a lot of information. Do you have to play it so loudly?
Listen, if you were a supportive friend, instead of berating me, you'd be helping me tame the rage on these streets.
It's a single-player game, Tim.
Is it, Kurt? Is it?
Hey Siri, send a message to Kurt and Tam. Where are you guys? We told them 10 a.m., right? Because mobile game stores can be overwhelming, but Apple has made significant progress in offering a curated experience through Apple Arcade. The subscription service gives members access to the best of the best when it comes to mobile games on iOS. Whether it's classics like Angry Birds, new takes on games you already love like Frogger, or brilliant brand new experiences like Assemble with Care, Fantasian, or LEGO Builder's Journey, there's plenty for you to get obsessed with. Take a look at new footage of Horizon Chase 2, Garden Tales Match and Grow, and Shovel Knight Dig, all coming to Apple Arcade later this month. And fans of Asphalt 8 Plus, Mini Motorways, and What the Golf can also look forward to those games, among others, getting updates soon.
Horizon Chase 2 is an evolution of the franchise. Our main challenge was to make a sequel without losing its original essence, the arcade racing spirit, the unique art style, and the signature gameplay that made it such a success.
Desde o início, nós queríamos estabelecer um conceito artístico novo, mas que ainda assim fosse familiar ao primeiro jogo. A nossa maior inspiração veio de posters de corrida vintage, com um visual de pintura, pinceladas marcadas e uma atmosfera super colorida. Da combinação dessa estética com ambientes 3D, um sistema de clima dinâmico e carros originais, nasceu a arte do Horizon Chase 2.
Creating the design of our cars was one of the most important parts of the production. Many things inspired us in this process, like the automotive design industry or the country that the car represents. We also worked with amazing designers who did a great job helping us develop these cars that are in fact the main characters of Horizon Chase 2.
O jogo segue com controles responsivos, com cenários vivos, com a música autoral do Barry Leach e com aquela incrível sensação de velocidade. E agora a gente tem mais profundidade na customização de carros. Dá para customizar lataria, pinturas, rodas e tem até um sistema novo de upgrade de carros. O Horizon Chase 2 é totalmente multiplayer. Qualquer modo de jogo pode ser jogado online com os amigos. World Tour, Tournament, o Playground.
A simple pick up and play, you go straight to the fun, especially on Apple Arcade.
Maximals! Maximals! Incoming!
Target spotted.
Coming through! Spot us!
What an amazing race! You're either born cool or you're not. Ooh.
Bye-bye, bad guy.
That was the most exciting thing I've ever done.
You smiled at me, I laughed, and I showed you how to swing. On the way to the club, it hit me hard. Everything is gone, I felt so smart. What to go? La 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 la, la 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 la.
You know, I'm starting to think like we are supposed to be somewhere right now.
This Hideo Kojima guy's got some interesting ideas.
Oh no. We've got text from Greg.
What?
We're supposed to be at the Swipe Showcase right now. We're late. He says, I've already reached the part of the showcase where we show off gameplay for the Division Resurgence, the new game from Ubisoft that brings the tactical multiplayer action of its console and PC titles to mobile, and that the new Clubhouse map will be in the Rainbow Six beta.
There's no way.
How are we still making snow-based Division jokes in 2022?
Oh.
We have to go.
On target! You're surrounded, sir. Take him out!
The Division Resurgence in the lore is starting right before the Division 1 event. And then you will have the bulk of the content after the Division 1, basically between the Division 1 and the Division 2. So that's like brand new stories, but totally consistent with what has been set in the Division 1 and the Division 2. The Division Resurgence is set in New York City. One of the objectives was to come back to the vibe of the Division 1 that was very strong and loved by the community. It's always a great experience to get, familiar things that you wish to explore seen through the lens of the game. For example, we have a full mission on Liberty Island. You see the Statue of Liberty from afar. It feels like a known place, but for us it was very important to come back to the roots of the game, actually.
Just die, you sons of on target!
We just had our first close alpha, and it's very interesting to see that people reacted quite positively of the fact that it's a true MMO in the sense that you can meet real players while exploring the open world, not only in the safe place, but also in the middle of the street, and to have some very interesting encounters. I was also surprised to see that some people were happy to see that their character was actually speaking now.
I'll kill every last one of ya!
The Division Resurgence class system, there will be 6 classes. In that first alpha, we did introduce 3 of them, which are the Demolitionist and the Bulwark. And the goal is really to find synergies when you're playing in cooperation in teams. So with the Demolitionist, it's basically the heavy gun, large area of effect, and you can basically engage the enemies in groups and try to fix them on specific spot. You have the Bulwark, which is more like a tank melee, where you can, with your shield, go in close quarter, use your shotgun and try to take advantage and basically get the attention of the enemies. While you're progressing, you can start to tune each skills each specific power of those classes to get very specific on what you're doing. What are the difference between the Division 1 and the Division 2? First, it's fully consistent, but it's like a brand new story. And we're adding new stuff, like new factions with the Freemen, new heroes, new villains, and also additional classes that bring something new to the recipe, but staying very true to what is the Division.
On target!
When are we gonna learn more about the Division Resurgence? We will learn what are the next stage, what are we cooking for you at the Ubisoft Forward on September 10th.
Want some of this, huh? Found some cover!
Operators, let's move in and register now.
As a renowned voice actor, I am capable of doing many accents, but I'm particularly skilled at the British accent. This next game will probably feature many British voices saying things like, "Oi, governor, that sword look real sharp, isn't it? Please, sir, can I have a bigger shield?" And not to be outdone, "The question is, bruv, what can you do, love?" Here's an update on Medieval 2: Total War.
Tam, the car's almost here. We gotta go. You've been in there for ages.
I'm just in the middle of a run.
I didn't even know that.
I said a run, not the runs.
You might know Netflix as the movie and TV streaming service you use to entice people into hookups under the pretense of chilling. But did you know that they do video games now too? In fact, they just recently released a new version of critically acclaimed strategy game Into the Breach, and it is awesome. They also put out Point P from the makers of Downwell. It's Downwell, but upwards. Anyway, the point being, Netflix is getting into mobile games in a big way. Here are a few new games you can look forward to, including Lucky Luna, which, surprise, you can play right now. There's also Desta, the new game from the creators of Monument Valley. Now, where are these guys? Still no word. It's late now.
So in the game, what you do is you play the role of Desta, who's a young person in their early 20s, who's coming back home to their family home after not being there for a few years. When they get back, they've got a couple of conflicts with their mother and with some family and with friends that they're really struggling to find the words to say to try and resolve those things. Their dad, who unfortunately isn't there anymore, used to be the person who would help them find the words by throwing this ball back and forth in their backyard. So when Desta grabs this ball and falls to sleep with it, they find themselves between these two worlds of awake and asleep, being able to explore their dreams, their memories, some of these conflicting conversations. And through throwing the ball and dodging things and making the right plays, hopefully they'll find the words to say to try and resolve some of these conflicts.
Desta is a turn-based tactics game, a bit like a board game. You take it in turns with your team and the enemy team, and each turn you have a set amount of action points that you can use to play the game, and it revolves around dodgeball. So each action point you kind of use to pick up and throw the ball to try and defeat the enemy team.
In the game, we're using that as a metaphor for conversations. Conversations are turn-based, and we've turned that into like a turn-based ball game where when I have the ball, that's sort of me saying what I really want to say and throwing it to you, and then you will like take a hit.
When you throw the ball, it can bounce in a way that you don't expect. It makes you reconsider your tactics. You can't play it like chess. You have to be more flexible about like figuring out and changing your tactics on the go.
We wanted to be able to have a bit more of a fun mechanic for less experienced players to really latch onto. So then we settled on this ball throwing, which really allows the player to perform trick shots, like bounce things around corners, use special abilities and various kind of team setups.
Every unit has its own ability, and that's where the sort of tactical, strategic elements come into play. Some powers work really well with each other and some synergize really well, and it's up to the player to sort of explore and try out things and see how their own playstyle tends to emerge from, like, maybe you're more offensive like me and you want to just have all the sort of abilities that do lots of damage, or maybe you want to be just moving around the map and you pick more like traversal based abilities and just try and like dominate in terms of like getting access to all the balls.
My favorite ability in the game, recently we have introduced like mirror image, which creates a decoy of your Desta. It tricks the AI to attack the decoy, which gives you more possibilities because like you can drop a decoy here and just run to the other side of the map. And while the enemies are still looking at this decoy, you can grab the ball in their field.
Throughout the game, you're unlocking items known as memoria, which are relics from their past or items that have some sort of significance to them that grant them a power in the game.
Hand vacuum is my favourite memoria. So when you walk near a ball, but you're not on the tile, it sucks up the ball to your character.
One of my favourite levels in the game, this little dead-end road, this kind of like end of a cul-de-sac kind of feeling location. The level really makes the most out of that idea of passing to get behind this character who's putting obstruction in your face. So you can't just throw the ball straight at them in order to get them out. You've got to either pass to your friend and hit the back of them, or you've got to ricochet off the back wall or off a hedgerow.
I like to try and pick allies who have powers that synergize well. James, who has a teleportation ability, lets him go anywhere on the map, but it does come at the expense of all of his action points. Fortunately, there's a support character called Miss K, whose ability is to gift an AP to another player. So that lets you do cool things with James, like teleport behind enemy lines and then take a throw or grab one of the balls.
It's definitely the deepest game that we've ever developed in terms of game mechanics and player expression and play styles. And it's also specifically designed to be multi-platform.
Oh, God.
What's wrong?
Greg is FaceTiming us.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Hey, Greg, how's it going?
No, the question you should be asking is, what am I doing? And the answer is all of it. You were supposed to be here ages ago.
Greg, calm down. You of all people should know that remote work is how we get things done these days. You can do anything from anywhere. For example, watch this. We'll do this transition from the back of this Uber.
Tumble Time is the new game coming from Devolver, the quirky folks behind stuff like Call of the Lamb and Hotline Miami, and it's expected to release sometime in early 2023.
We've also got Tower of Fantasy for anime enjoyers like me.
And Cookie Run for cookie enjoyers like me.
And Tower of God, Great Journey, which is finally coming to North America and Europe and has pre-registration opening in October. A lot of games in and around towers right now.
Yeah. See you soon, Greg.
Bye.
Got this under control. It's fine.
Tumble time, it's tumble time. Pick up your phone, it's tumble time. Devolver Tumble Time. Fun for a whole family. Tumble time, it's tumble time. Pick up your phone, it's tumble time. This game saved my marriage. Pick up your phone, it's tumble time. Ready, go. Pick up your phone, it's Tumble Time. Devolver Tumble Time, a for-profit game.
Ready? Go.
Devolver Tumble Time. It's all of your favourite Devolver digital characters made adorable in the pursuit of profit. And it's free. We had to get a little weird with it though, but we'll let you find that out for yourself. Tumble Time is a physics-based match-free game. Each level has its own goals and challenges to focus on at the expense of your own real-life goals and challenges. Detonate explosives. Work yourself into a high-scoring fever mode. Use items, you clod. Just go bananas, and the game will reward you with stuff. Make leveling up your Devolver digital character into your new life's work, so that you can unlock more Devolver digital characters that you can then level up, each with their own special abilities. But that's not all. We crammed a whole bunch of junk into Tumble Time that you'll flippin' love. Daily challenges where you can flex your skills, weekly maps with boss fights, and a mysterious quest given to you by everyone's favourite CFO, Fork Parker.
I approve this message.
Get ready to dust off all your favourite Devolver digital characters and put them to work. Now, someone please get that Dashed song out of my head. Tumble time, pick up your phone, it's tumble time.
Tumble time, it's tumble time. Pick up your phone, it's tumble time. Devolver Tumble Time. Squander your precious time on Earth.
Hey everyone, welcome to Vera, a new expansion of Tower of Fantasy. Our latest open world MMORPG launched last month. Now, we Hora Studio are excited to give you a sneak peek at Miroria, the hub city of the new expansion. Miroria is a massive new island located in the heart of the desert belt. In Miroria, wanderers will be able to explore a cool cyberpunk-themed city while enjoying the awesome view. One unique thing about Miroria is its transportation method. To get around each areas in Miroria, you can hop on this cool futuristic taxi or ride on a train that runs through the air. So make sure you utilize those when you get around. Otherwise, you might run out of endurance mid-air and might end up dying. There are also many other interesting places for you to visit, such as museum and bar. So make sure you check out all those places. That's all I have for you today, but please make sure you stay tuned for more information about the upcoming update of Tower of Fantasy.
Push me away, drag me, just drag me down. No matter how hard you try.
Captain Caviar Cookie. He dared to explore the treacherous waters of the dusk-gloom sea to unravel a mystery. Relentless waves under the leaden sky, and something unknown awaiting below the depths. How did Captain Caviar Cookie escape from the abyss? An unexpected ally from the sea bottom, Candy Diver Cookie, will be joining the Cookie Run Kingdom crew. Oh, and don't forget to meet the adorable Disney friends who are visiting the Cookie Kingdom to enjoy the Festival of Dreams and Wishes. And hey, wink wink, there's another crossover in the works. So stay tuned because you're in for a great surprise. Up next, a closer look at Brixity.
Are you a gamer who wants to create a world of your own? Then this is a game you really don't want to miss. Welcome to the world of Brixity. I'm gonna show you a world where your creativity is humanity's last hope. In Brixity, you'll be helping the survivors of humanity, aka Peepos, return to their home planet, Earth. A lot of things happened to our Earth. And for 500 years, the planet was no place to live. Humanity kinda felt responsible, so they invented a substance called bricks. We're still not quite sure how it works, but apparently bricks are full of power and energy that can heal the Earth. However, that power can only be released when fusing it with creative energy. That's where you enter the picture. You'll take on the role of a bricks master, building your very own city out of bricks and creativity. Anything can be built using bricks. The only limit is your own imagination. You can also build using blueprints, either pre-made or designed by other bricks masters. So pop in your creativity batteries, and the Earth will be as good as new in no time. Oh, another important thing, what good is a city without someone living there? Human society has changed a lot the past 500 years. Now robots do all the work while regular peoples chillax. But finally going back to our home planet, we want to mix things up a bit. By analyzing data remains from Earth, we've gathered an educated peoples willing to work. The result? Now anyone can become a doctor, plumber, tooth fairy, dinosaur, wizard, and more, just like back in 2022. Now your city is flourishing and bustling with all the peoples living in it. What's next, you ask? Just enjoy yourself. Jump around the place. Reach for the sky. Talk with your fellow citizens. Because why not? We can't wait to see what you'll make using bricks. Go for a stroll and enjoy your new life on Earth. Stay tuned and follow us on social media to find out more.
As a 6'3" man, I've been known to shoot some hoops now and then. Not in real life. God no. I'm talking about video games. And this next game lets me handle a basketball while traveling without getting a violation.
Oh, we made it just in time for the sports banter.
Where have you been? Don't touch me. Where have you been?
I'm British. Time zones. Don't worry about it.
Tam, you've lived in San Francisco for 4 years.
Go Dubs!
Anyways, here's the latest from NBA 2K.
wouldn't be a video game showcase without a just one more thing moment. So, we've managed to line up a doozy. This next game is part of one of the biggest video game franchises ever created, and as well as being massively popular on console and PC, it now has a huge, dedicated player base on mobile. Of course, we're talking about everyone's favorite first-person shooter, the one, the only,
Call of Duty!
It's the one more thing moment. I've been waiting. Yikes.
Call of Duty Mobile is unique because it really allows us to reach an entirely different audience, a much more globally diverse audience. Season 8 for this year is the Train to Nowhere. And this is the first time we've ever done a spy-themed season. It's really cool to kind of imagine sort of going behind the rope of James Bond universe and that sort of trouble that you can get into in that sort of fantasy world. The Battle Pass features weapons like the ZRG 20mm bolt-action sniper rifle. We have all new spy operators. We have new season event around called Spy Hunter. There's a new class in Battle Royale that allows you to also live out the spy fantasy. So we're really going deep with this integration. Project Aurora is our next project in the Call of Duty mobile ecosystem. It's something where we've been taking all the learning from the past several years operating Call of Duty mobile, learning what we wish we could do if we were creating something new, looking at what players really like the most, and things that we maybe were never really able to do in the first place the first time around. So that kind of learning is precious, and we have the talent, the years of experience on operating that style of game that have opened our eyes to what's possible. There's also a lot of really cool innovation happening in the Call of Duty franchise. And you put those two things together, the learning that we've had over the past several years, plus all the new evolutions that are happening in the Call of Duty franchise, we saw it as an opportunity to really bring a next generation experience to mobile players. We have 4 internal studios that are developing the title. It's a lot of really talented people from all around the world at different studios, all coming together to make something that really requires that level of effort. It's actually in a private alpha right now, so a lot of real players are already helping us by playing it every day and giving us feedback to help improve it. The teams are right now play testing and working every day to continue to bring Project Aurora further along, and we're excited to be able to show a lot more about the project very, very soon. Our core experience here is to bring Warzone to mobile for the first time. And that has a lot of interesting challenges to it because the scale and ambition that Warzone has always had when it was first introduced, and we want to do that justice. I'm happy to announce that the real title for Project Aurora is Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, and you'll be able to see more about that title live at an event called Next, which is a Call of Duty franchise event that's going to reveal the future of Call of Duty. There's a lot of exciting stuff that's going to happen. That's September 15th. You can go to the Call of Duty official YouTube channel or Twitch to see it live. We will be showing Call of Duty Warzone Mobile there, among many other revelations. So we're super excited to announce the title and to show everybody later this month.
Over the last few weeks, you've been voting on GameSpot's social channels for what you think is the greatest mobile game of all time. The list of contenders included Peggle, Hearthstone, Among Us, Florence, Monument Valley, and more.
It was a hard-fought battle to crown an ultimate victor, but we finally have one. The finals came down to Pokemon Go versus that old classic Snake. And your pick for the greatest mobile game of all time was...
Snake. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to Snake, the Nokia 6110's killer app. And thank you everyone for joining us for the first ever GameSpot Swipe Mobile Showcase. Hopefully you saw some games that piqued your interest and had a little fun watching too.
I want to take a moment to thank all of our co-workers who worked very hard on the show, as well as our partners that trusted us to show off the games and their hardware.
Hopefully we'll be able to do this again in the future. Thank you for watching. Until next time. See you later.
You wrote this, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice that I didn't get to say world premiere once?
I think that's a Jeff Keighley thing, and you do not want the Jeff Keighley smoke, trust me.
Fair enough.
Nice job. I think it went well.
Yeah, it went really well.
Yeah,
That was good. Hey, sorry, hold on. Tim's calling. Okay, cool. Yeah, Tim, what's up?
Greg, you're supposed to be hosting Kinda Funny Games Daily with me. Where are you?
Tim, you of all people should know by now that remote work is the way we're going to do this for the rest of the world.